Maneva na sema PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV de osia dem yopo.
Randy.
Yes, sir.
Well, I mean, as a matter of principle, if a member of parliament suspects that there has been some impropriety in the disposal of public assets, it is completely normal and commendable for the member of parliament to seek an investigation to establish that there has been impropriety or there has not been impropriety. So the public interest angle, it is commendable. But what I find a little worrying is that Okudzeto has already pronounced on the matter. He's calling it sleazy and all kinds of accusations, which I don't think is right. No, Sammy. The evidence, as far as you see it, you must be careful in these matters. You are calling people out for engaging in what you call sleazy.
Yeah.
But you've called for an investigation by SHRAC. You said you have petitioned SHRAC. So if you have petitioned SHRAC that there's public officials involved and this is public properties, and you want to make sure that the procurement processes were followed, and if the qualification of those who bought it in terms of they being, those are fine aims that everybody will support. But you see, you have already passed judgment and describing these people as engaging in sleazy activities. That's my worry. Otherwise, why? If you're looking for accountability and transparency, well, there's no problem. So you need to be careful about the way you would go about it, because from what this is what you sent to SHRAC.
Yes.
1 second. The SHRAC launches full-scale investigation into the imminent. Oh, the thing has not been done. I thought you said it's been done. I say it's imminent.
Yes, it's about.
So it hasn't
45 days has lapsed. 12 May. So
you say investigation into the imminent and prospective sale.
Yeah.
So it hasn't been
They're
done.
about to finalize it. Yeah. So I want to stop it.
Okay, because it raises fundamental issues about conflict of interest.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2, SHRAC investigates the SSNIT conduct because of the procurement processes, particularly to unraveling what led to the numerous violations. So you're saying that there has been violations of due process?
Yes. Yes, as raised by the lawyers of the minority shareholders. And I've attached their letter to the petition.
Unraveling of the numerous, so these are alleged?
Yes.
So here you should be alleged violations. Or isn't it random? I mean, you have to be serious here.
But because the evidence is there. I've attached all the documentation.
I'm saying you've taken your evidence to SHRAC.
Yes.
Everything is alleged until a proper investigation is conducted, isn't it? So here it is alleged. You say the other shareholder.
You can say that it is alleged. He is alleging. But you can, when you are speaking about it, you can say that.
Yes.
Yes.
No, even he in his petition should not be passing judgment. You say, look,
if I wasn't convinced that I have grounds to proceed to SHRAC.
Yes.
You don't go to SHRAC to waste your time.
But it doesn't mean that
you must have confidence in your case.
You
must
have you finished?
Assess your evidence and have the grounds before
your
you proceed.
conviction that you have grounds, your confidence that you have grounds, doesn't make it true. Yes, it's just your belief. It's just your confidence.
The only reason why I asked you that is that, for example, if you go to court and the prosecution is making its case, the prosecution doesn't say that I am alleging that he did this and that and that. The statement of case will say that on this date, so and so happened. They are putting out what they believe to be the facts. It is up to so the defense will have its opportunity, and it's up to the judge to determine whether.
But when you have a word that is say, SHRAC investigates SSNIT conduct and procurement processes, particularly with a view to unravel what led to the numerous violations of due process.
Yes. I mean,
you know, anyway,
the facts are clear.
You have determined that there have been violations. You have determined, but it's an allegation until proven.
Yes,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Nana, you can say that.
Now, number 3, Shrag investigates the appropriateness and ethical concerns of Bryan Acheampong, who is a director of Rock City, to be selected as the sole buyer of SSNIT 60% in the hotels, albeit under opaque circumstances, in your view, by his colleagues in government who are appointed by Shrag with the determination of the eligibility of considering the 45. So I'm saying that when you read through, Samuel Okudzeto has passed judgments and condemning people based on his understanding of the matter. And I'm saying you have to be careful about that. Because you've taken the issue to Shrag for determination. But otherwise, seeking an investigation into the sale of public interest should not be anything that is. But the way you craft it is, you are describing people as engaging in sleazy conduct. That is totally unfair. If somebody did that to you, you would complain. You can raise the issues that this board could border on conflict of interest, it could border of impropriety and all of it. You can raise those issues, but don't pass judgment. And that's what you seem to have done. Okay, now, let me go to the substantive matter. So SSNIT, they advertised that they want to divest themselves of these hotels. Labadi Beach Hotel, La Palm Beach Hotel, Mena Beach, Ridge Royal, Busua, Trust Lodge Hotel. Which one is Trust? Oh, it's in Takrady. But we all know that many of these hotels are losing money. La Palm Royal, for example, we all know. Elmina Beach, we know, has been out of operation for a long time. Busua, you know. So, and even the ones that are making money, I don't think SSNIT is selling all. It says it's going to divest some of its shares.
It will lose control, 60%.
Yes, but it will still retain.
So the prospective buyer, if you see, they themselves state that the prospective buyer will now have control.
Yeah, because obviously SSNIT feels that when they have control, a lot of the time they become subject to interference. So they want to have minority shares so that they don't become subject. Obviously, that's the thinking. Otherwise, they would have sold all the shares. But you know, in the first place, when this advert came in 2021, 2022.
Yeah. 7 February 2022.
Bryan Acheampong, was he a cabinet minister in 2022?
He was MP.
No, he was MP.
He was MP.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as we're speaking, I just got a message from somebody who works at SSNIT. And this is what he says. There are issues raised that, but let me not mention names for now, but let me just say that the message is saying that the minority owner in the SSNIT hotel in Cape Coast is Soso. This Soso is a high-ranking NDC member. Okay. I don't want to mention his name. Okay. I'll forward it to you. Said when they bought it, when this person bought it, the NDC was in power. The catering rest house in Tamale was also bought by somebody who is a high-ranking NDC member. The name is here. I don't want to mention it for now. The catering rest house in Sunyani was also bought by somebody who is a high-ranking NDC member. Then the catering rest house in Kumasi was also bought by somebody who is a high-ranking NDC member. Now, these people are not even known to be hoteliers. Unlike Bryan Acheampong, who's putting up what people call the biggest hotel in Africa on his own. And so he's eminently qualified to run hotels that are failing, provided that the procedure, the correct procedure is gone through. But these people who bought all these hotels, even the SSNIT hotel in Cape Coast that you are talking about, one of the shareholders is a big NDC man. Catering rest house in Tamale was bought by a big NDC man, name provided here. The catering rest house in Sunyani is the catering rest house in Kumasi, and so on. So, if we are going to talk about politicians buying these properties, we can widen the investigation. I don't have a problem. Now, I'm told in the message that 8 companies submitted a bids in response to this SSNIT advert. 8 companies. And the evaluation process took 3 years before Rock City emerged the winner. Okay. So, I'm told that SSNIT advertised.
It couldn't have been 3 years.
Sorry?
It couldn't have been 3 years.
Why?
From the date of this advert.
Actually, SSNIT did an initial investment advertisement in 2020.
Okay.
Yes. And then they did a second advertising in 2021. So this is probably the third, because we're not getting. Okay. So 8 companies applied. And this is somebody who was at SSNIT. One of the, and he says that it took 3 years, and then Rock City emerged the winner. Now, I'm saying that Bryan Acheampong, Rock City. I mean, you've been to Rock City. Yes. I have been there. It's an amazing development, and this is, you feel proud that a Ghanaian is putting up this. But be that as it may, all these politicians who's bought all these state assets, including Bryan Acheampong, if there has to be an investigation to show that there was no undue influence and that the proper procedures were followed. And mind you, the SSNIT board is a very diverse board with heavy representation of labor. I deal with the SSNIT board a lot because SSNIT has some shares in STC. So I know that in fact the general secretary is the secretary general. I don't know what they call it. The general secretary of TUC is a member of the SSNIT board. And I would imagine that these are not, and it's not just him, I think there are another 2 more TUC representatives on the SSNIT board. And I will find it difficult to imagine.
I think there's ICU.
Yeah, that these people on the SSNIT board will condone any gross irregularity. But be that as it may, I am always in favor of investigation. If because of the personalities involved and so on. On the face of it, Rock City buying hotels makes me happy because they've proven that they can do a good work with hotels. And if they can, Rock City.
How have they proven that?
When you go to Rock City and you see the work that is going on there.
No, you should say that on the basis of their financials, not what you see.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's implied. But if you want me to state it explicitly,
not necessarily.
Because Rock City, well, let me say the owner of Rock City, the work is done with Rock City.
Okay. The investment.
Yes, okay. The work is done there. If I hear that he's involved in buying failing hotels, I'm happy because of the proven record. But be that as it may, if there has to be any investigation to ensure that the proper procedures were followed, I wouldn't have a problem at all. Because all of us are interested. But obviously, there's a record of senior politicians showing interest in buying up some of these assets. And if we have to do an investigation, which I welcome, it has to extend to some of this so we can have a thorough work.
Well, somebody can also petition SRAG on all the others.
Yes, I'm saying. No, I don't have a problem. But I'm saying that even SRAG, in doing his work, in terms of giving us a thorough work, should go into all of this so we can see. But, so it's a good thing that Sami wants investigation into it to ensure that there's been no undue influence by politically exposed persons. I don't have a problem. Right. But we should be careful that we don't pass judgment at this stage. Right. That would not be fair.
Okay.
PENDREAM TV now, so far so good. Say open online portal e Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.